find a little bit of something that makes you wanna fly away. Just find yourself a little bit of loving, will keep the devil's hands at bay. Dreaming our lives away sometimes lead us all astray. I hope that when I'm leaving this earth, I'm believing that we could all fly away. Make time.
You ready to go?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, where we go? Right, son.
Fly away.
Disregarding the jetty which runs out to the left, we can see 3 legs. There are actually 13 legs there, but I've got them all lined up so that we can only see 3. And whether by chance or by design, when the light was erected, if you align the 13 legs of the lighthouse in this way so you can only see 3, you've got a safe passage from east to west towards the lighthouse. We've now got shallow reefs on both sides of us where we would touch bottom if we wandered off course, but with the 3 legs lined up, we're safe.
So we could all fly away.
South Australia was settled in 1836, and then shipping commenced along this coast from boats and shipping going from Melbourne to Adelaide and vice versa. And of course Cape Jaffa protrudes out into the sea some 8 kilometres, and there's sunken reefs there, very dangerous reefs, and there's quite a number of shipwrecks, and there was loss of life. And the government of the day in South Australia called tenders to build a sort of screw pile jetty there with a light on it.
Initial construction started in 1869, then in January 72 it was officially opened. And those blokes knew their stuff because it's still standing, the platform's still standing today.
When the light was first opened on the platform, I understand there was 4 keeper families. 2 of those would have been on the cottages, the ruins of which can still be seen on the shore at Cape Jaffa, and 2 families on the lighthouse itself.
Often the boats were unable to get out there to change the lighthouse keepers over, so they might have been stuck there for a couple of months at a time. Wives and family on shore looking out thinking, oh, well, my husband's out there somewhere, Dad's out there, but we can't get him back.
100 years out on the reef, and it was guaranteed 100 years. The authorities at the time felt that the guarantee was up and they would dismantle it. The lighthouse was re-erected here on this location here.
Like when I found out that they were going to remove the platform, I thought, well, how bloody ridiculous. It's been out there for 120-something years at that time. Why not just leave it there?
Well, I hadn't really met the gannets face to face until the platform was in peril. Now, at that stage, they were citing an engineer's report. The Australian Maritime Safety Authority said that the engineer recommended demolition. In fact, what the engineer recommended was that they build a new navigation aid, but consideration be given to retaining the old platform for the birds.
It was one afternoon, it was a perfect afternoon. I'd come in from fishing. I telephoned my wife Anne and said, "Look, come down to the lighthouse, bring down a picnic hamper or something. We'll go out to the lighthouse and anchor the boat in the basin there on the southeast side of the light and just have a bit of a picnic and have a swim, watch the sun go down." So she came down, we went back out there, we anchored the boat, and we were sitting around there only having a champagne or something, and Anne said, "I think there are baby gannets up there." I said, "Don't be ridiculous." Anyway, she insisted, and I got the binoculars out, and sure enough, there were baby gannets. And of course, they've been there every year since. They only lay one egg. It's got an incubation period of somewhere between 41 and 45 days. So they're there all that time, and then it's from when the young gannets hatch, it's 100 to 110 days before they fledge.
And the chicks grow bigger than the parent, still in their fluffy plumage, the white plumage, and then they get an intermediate plumage where they can fly a little bit and they can swim. And then they get their final plumage, the white, really nice looking suit that they wear. And they have a piercing eye with a blue ring around it, a very sharp beak, and they have a punk feet. They have black feet with blue stripes. And they're pretty proud of that.